I've been using Figma every day for years, and I've finally found the tool that's pulling me away from it. It's called Brilliant, it's completely free, and it's a full professional design editor where AI agents design directly on your canvas. Every layer they create is a real editable vector, the same frames, components, and auto layout that you'd build yourself. Here's why that matters. In Figma, the file format is locked, the AI features don't exactly add much, and it's not cheap either. Brilliant flips all of that. Your designs live as readable files in Git, so you get branches, diffs, and reviews like an engineer. You can run multiple AI agents in parallel across different frames while you keep working, and the MCP access is free and unlimited, so anything you can do by hand, an agent can too. In this video, I'm putting Brilliant head-to-head with Figma. I'll show you the setup, design a real screen with AI, and break down where it beats Figma and where Figma still wins. Let's get into it. Starting off on the Brilliant landing page, you'll see that Brilliant is very similar to Figma, but better. They have 95% feature parity with Figma, which means that on top of all the additional features that you get nearly all the same functionality that you do from Figma. When you're inside a file, you get a very similar UI that you do inside Figma. You have your layer tree on the left, inspector on the right. The main difference is the chat functionality at the bottom, which I'll dive way more into when we get started with this demo. One of the best things about Brilliant is you get professional design system support, which means you can swap between however many different design systems you have saved with the click of a button. And if you don't want to say goodbye to Figma yet, you get bidirectional sync from Figma to Brilliant and vice versa. Last thing I'll point out before we get into this demo, Brilliant is very heavy on MCP integrations, so whether you want to connect it to Claude Code or Cursor, or even Linear, GitHub, Notion, all of those integrations are supported. Let's get started and download Brilliant. It's primarily available on Mac OS, but there's also an early beta for Windows. I'm on Mac, so I'm going to use the DMG installer. Once you land in the Brilliant desktop application, you'll see this getting started file. This is a great chance to get familiar with the Brilliant UI, but the first thing you want to do is connect an AI provider. This is going to give you full unrestricted access to the AI chat feature that you see here. Click Brilliant in the top left, open settings, and now you can see I have my Claude Code connected to Brilliant. So connect your API key for whichever platform you have a subscription with. Now let's generate our first UI in Brilliant. In the left sidebar, I'm gonna go up here to create a new canvas. This is basically like creating a new file in Figma. I'm gonna open chat, and hovering over this check mark, I can see that I have Claude Code successfully connected. And because of that, I can select between any of these models listed here. For the first prompt, I'm gonna say, design a dashboard UI for a personal finance app, designed for desktop. Now I'll hit prompt and Brilliant is gonna get to work. Now, like I said before, Brilliant is completely free, meaning I don't have to pay for tokens through Brilliant, I'm just using my usage through my Claude Code subscription, which means that Brilliant is kind of a middleman in this way, in that it gives me a beautiful app to design within, while I communicate with Claude Code. Now we can see that Brilliant has started designing. It's looking really good so far, and I get to see every element come to life step by step. With Brilliant, I love that you have an actual visual canvas to design on the same way that you do in Figma, but you get the same powerful AI that you get from something like Claude Code. So now it's finished the first generation of this dashboard, and I really love how this is looking. It's come up with some really elegant looking typography, spacing, trend indicators, and everything looks very cohesive and well thought out. But like with almost any first generation from an AI tool, the output isn't perfect yet. We're seeing some sizing issues like with this graph here, and the height of this card, which should ideally take the same height as this spending card on the right. But with Brilliant, we don't have to make all these changes through tedious prompting over and over again. We can just do it ourselves much quicker. All I have to do is select this chart here, and I can change the width setting to fill. Now that sizing is looking perfectly contained within this card. Now I'm going to select the outer card and change the height setting to fill. Now this cash flow card is taking the same height as this spending card on the right. Now because Brilliant comes with the same auto layout built in that you get in Figma, I can select any of these KPIs at the top, for example, and just drag and drop. But some changes are of course big enough to the point where you'd like to prompt the AI rather than do it manually. And Brilliant makes it easy to do that. Let's say I wanted to include a column in this table for status, whether the transaction was successful, failed, refunded, etc. I'm going to select this entire table card, open chat in the bottom toolbar, and if I type the @ symbol, I can instantly select this layer that I have selected. And now Brilliant has context about what exactly I want to change. Now all I have to do is say, add a status column. Now it's thinking through the change, planning out exactly what needs to be executed. And now just like that, we have a column with status badges. Now you'll see in our right sidebar at the top that we have this design system section. If I open each of these dropdowns and hover between the options, for example dark mode, you'll see we already have this real beautiful dark mode built in. If I open this dropdown, I can adjust the spacing values. Maybe I want the dashboard to be more compact, but I like how comfortable it looks. And I have a few more in this dropdown. We have the default standard, we have high contrast mode, and an option for larger text. So now you might be wondering, where are these values and styles coming from? Well, that's all coming from this default.styles design system that it started us out with. But how about we make a new design system? I just duplicated this default one, and I'm gonna call the new one Griffin for this demo. The thing about Brilliant is I can actually use the chat feature to make huge changes to our design systems. For this one, I'll say, make it more modern and elegant. I'm keeping it pretty open-ended just so I can see what Brilliant does to this design system file. Now, sometimes if the AI is a little bit unsure about what you want from it, it'll ask you questions about the direction you want to go in. For the style, I'm going to say cool modern tech. For the color palette, I think I want to keep the Brilliant blue. And now it's authoring the new Griffin brand system. And now we have that new design system built out as a .styles file. And when I go back to the demo file that we were working on, I still have the dashboard we designed, but it also built out a demo frame showing that new design system in action. If I select it, I can see that it's using that new Griffin design system. It comes with both light and dark mode. Again, we have the choice between comfortable or compact spacing. And that last dropdown, picking between standard, high contrast mode, or large text mode. Now, each of the design systems you generate come with a huge preset list of color styles. Just like in Figma, we have this selection colors panel on the right. And if I want to change the color of the button, I'm not just working with hard-coded hex values. I can, but I also have the huge list of preset colors that come with that design system we're using. So let's say I like the primary color, but I want to use a little bit darker version. I can just select this primary.soft color instead. Now let's say we want to have our AI make a bunch of different changes at the same time. This is where parallel agents come in. Let's say I want to do full redesigns of both of these UIs that we have on our canvas. I'll just select both of them, open our chat, use the @ symbol to call out both of them, and I'll say, using parallel agents, do full redesigns of these UIs at the same time. Now check this out, it's running agents for designing both the finance app UI and the Griffin showcase landing at the same exact time. And it's not waiting till one agent finishes to start the other redesign. It's doing a beautiful redesign of this landing page here, while the redesign of this dashboard is getting built out in parallel. And we can see that Brilliant actually has good design taste. It's gone from this initial demo of the design system that we generated, and coming up with a beautiful iteration that looks like an actual shippable landing page. And when you ask for a redesign, it doesn't just redesign the colors and typography. It actually gives you new sections that make sense for whatever you're designing. For example, for this finance dashboard, it's now giving us these savings goals that are beautifully designed and laid out, along with this really sleek looking card at the top showing our total net worth and values of each of our accounts. Looking back at this landing page over here, it's still getting built out at the same time as the dashboard, and it's looking absolutely beautiful so far. And if we inspect each of these screens, we'll see that this one is taking this brand new Vault Emerald design system, which you can also see over in the styles folder in the left sidebar. And then this landing page is taking this brand new Control Plane Dark design system. But one of the best parts about Brilliant is I can instantly hover over each of these other design systems to see what all of the same content would look like with those different styles applied. For example, I could make it have the same styling as the new dashboard UI if I apply this Vault Emerald design system. Now, here's another thing that makes Brilliant so different from Figma. Each of your designs inside Brilliant is a .design file, and each change that you make to your designs is written to that file locally. And the .design files are plain text YAML, meaning they drop cleanly into Git or any other version control system. This allows you to branch your designs, review them in pull requests, which makes Brilliant version control a lot more friendly and flexible than in Figma. Now, like I said, Brilliant syncs bidirectionally from Figma, meaning I can take any design that I'm working on in Figma already and bring it into Brilliant. And all I need to do to make this happen is use the Brilliant Figma plugin. With this plugin open, all I have to do is select the frames that I want to send to Brilliant, and then hit send to Brilliant. It's super simple and anybody can do it. Now, in this same file that we were working on, I see those two designs with one-to-one styling, perfect auto layout maintained, and everything I need to continue iterating on these designs inside Brilliant instead of Figma. Because of all the features you get in Brilliant compared to Figma, there's really not much of a reason not to bring your Figma designs into Brilliant and utilize Brilliant's AI features to continue working on your designs. So to figure out if Brilliant makes sense for you, let's review what Brilliant has that Figma doesn't. First off, you have agents that work on the canvas alongside you. This gives you a full design team, you and the rest of your agents. Brilliant is a free, full-featured design tool. Unlike Figma, you don't need to pay for your own seat and dev mode on top of that. Next, you get plain text, git-friendly files. This means you get clean diffs showing what's changed and blamable history. You also get native GPU shaders, which can make for some very beautiful, eye-catching designs. Something like this is not supported in Figma whatsoever. Next, you get 7 export formats including video, PNG, JPEG, WebP, SVG, PDF, MP4, and MOV. Lastly, you get unlimited MCP usage on the free plan, meaning your external agent can drive Brilliant without any rate limit. Now there are a few things that give Figma a leg up over Brilliant. Figma has component variants. This means for a button component, for example, you get states for things like size, state, type, behind a set of props. This is not something that Brilliant has natively yet, but this is coming to Brilliant very soon. In Figma, you also get interactive prototypes. Today, Brilliant's canvas just allows static UI designs. Lastly, in Figma, you get live multiplayer. You can collaborate with your team on the same canvas, whereas in Brilliant, the collaboration runs through Git, although richer collaboration is on the Brilliant roadmap for the future. So that's Brilliant, a free professional AI design tool where you and your agents design together on the same canvas. Your files live in Git and nothing lives behind a subscription. After spending real time in it, it's the most convincing case I've seen for switching from Figma. If you want to try it yourself, there's a link in the description. Let me know in the comments if there's any particular AI design tool or workflow that you want me to cover next, because I read every single one of them. I'll see you in the next one, and subscribe to become a better designer.